Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
You already know what it is. Tasmania show. Yeah.
Wagwan gang, back in this thing, and if you really gang, bang that like button. If you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, keep your ass inside. You're tuning into the Tasmania show with Taz Tikoon, brought to you by Tazzy's Baddies. You already know, cop that merch, show some love. Today we talking about VladTV versus Aries Spears. I think that's how you say his name. He's a comedian. Yeah, it is Aries because that's his zodiac sign. He said that. Aries is a comedian. I have seen Aries' name pop up a lot on YouTube from and I never really, I'm not gonna hold you, this is not even to be funny, I didn't really ever watch a lot of Vlad TV interviews with Aries because I didn't understand what it was that I was watching. I would get on sometimes and I would see Lord Jamar, I would see Vlad, I would see Aries, and I would see Yayo and Boosie. I'm usually clicking, if I did click on a Vlad TV interview and it wasn't somebody else, I was looking for the Boosie or the Yayo interview. So apparently Aries is having a falling out with Vlad TV because Vlad, if y'all don't know, pays artists for his interviews, people to come on his interview. But we're going to just get into it right now where you can hear basically what went down between Aries and Vlad.
That Vlad has on Lord Jamar, Tony Yayo, Godfrey, Boosie, and Aries. I'm the only one left. Godfrey stopped because of the beef with Farrakhan, as did Lord Jamar. Tony Yayo just doesn't do it anymore. And Boosie wanted a raise. Come to find out, Boosie wanted $35,000 an episode. Wow. He was getting $25,000.
Wow.
So I don't get nowhere near that. And, you know, obviously it's based on the numbers because a lot of Boosie's clips are in the millions. Now, again, I've had a few clips in the millions, but a lot of my stuff, the full interview, probably ranges around 300,000 to 500,000. So I basically said to Vlad, I go, hey, listen, man, I'm not trying to rape you financially. I know I'm not going to ask you for what you gave Boosie. But, you know, come on, man. You know what I mean?
Break bread.
Break bread. And he goes, well, your numbers don't generate what Boosie generate. And so I showed him a bunch of, you know, people that quotes on YouTube and shit like that and on my phone. And one person said, hey, man, I only buy Vlad subscriptions when I know he's interviewing you. Once the interview's over, I cancel the subscription. Another guy said, hey, man, Aries is a beast. Pay him what you pay in the mother. And blah, blah. So there's a bunch of these. So he goes, so you want me to pay you more based off what people are saying? And I said, listen, man, again, I'm just saying, be fair. People are saying to you, they're buying subscriptions. People are saying to you, they only watch when I'm on. And of all the guys you had that were popular, I'm the last one standing.
Know how you quantify that, right? Because you could tell a lot, and I'm not saying that Aries did this, right? Get in the comments, tell everybody that I subscribed and you're the reason I watched. I'm gonna be the first to say Aries was not the reason I watched. So whoever you're speaking to, and this is not to throw salt to injury or to try to make anything controversy, because I don't want no smoke. That's not what this is about. But I'm just saying that I wasn't one of those people. So to use that to quantify, like the people are saying it, so you should give me a raise. It's like, is it about what the people are saying, or can you really, you know, do the numbers and pull the analytics? And again, like Boosie was getting $35K an episode. I was coming for Boosie. Boosie's a whole vibe. Like, he got his own podcast now. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his own thing. You know, so for him to count pocket watching, if that hadn't came out and you hadn't heard about it, it's like, could you have just taken your bread instead of worrying about anybody else? But he goes on and he talks about, like you heard in the interview, Lord Jamar, all these people are gone, right? So you got all these people that are gone now, and he feels like, well, I think his theory is that, well, since you not paying, and I don't get the philosophy, Lord Jamar, Yayo, Boosie, you not paying them no more, so that $35K you was giving Boosie, you could send my way. That's not how that works. Vlad could say he wants to run more ads, or he might want to pay other guests, but we're going to get into another clip where he continues to talk more about.
What's your take?
Yeah. Well, it's a couple things, and you hit the ones that you needed to hit.
Yeah.
What do you have wanted?
That's beside the point. He asked him to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, a couple grand more.
Yeah.
That you said, you're the last one there, so he's not going to generate numbers. And if you go, where are those numbers going to come from? Now he's going to have to do episodes with people who are doing much less.
Well, here's the funny part. So, of course, he, you know, was being really like, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I said, he kept going, he kept driving that point home. You just gonna let me, you want me to give you a raise based off what people are saying? I said, listen, man, you don't have to keep telling me about what my worth is. You either want to do it or you don't. So then he texted me back a couple hours later and said, you know, we should talk. I re-looked at the numbers and we should talk. So come on, man.
I'm not gonna lie. It just sounds. I get if you feel that you earn a raise, but don't let your raise be because of what you saw some other person getting. Let it be on your own merit and on your own work. Had you not brought up any other man's name, because my thing is the money was working for you then. I didn't know nothing about Aries Spears. I didn't even know why VladTV was paying him. Respectfully, not to say that, but that's what Vlad does, right? But speaking of Vlad, we're going to get into this clip because there's always two sides to the story, and then there's the truth. And here's VladTV and what he has to say about Aries.
Yo, bro, he did his first Europe tour recently. He's like, yo, I'm in Europe, and people are running up to me, mobbing me, quoting me from our interviews. So, like, I think like a month and a half ago, he asked to raise his appearance fee again. I looked at the numbers, and I'm like, cool, let's do it. Let's do it. The numbers are slowly getting better, and I'm like, yo, let's do it. Makes perfect sense. And he would say things like, yo, to all y'all haters out there who, you know, talking shit about me doing this show, I get 5 digits every time I do an interview here. I get 5 digits while y'all sit at home and do nothing. Shoot. I get 5 digits.
It ain't like I'm on there for free. He pays me.
Correct.
He pays me a nice 5 figures.
Yeah.
So if my choice is either stay home on a Tuesday and do nothing and earn nothing, or go sit down for an hour and a half and walk away with 5 figures where I could not make anything, what am I gonna do?
No, I agree.
I'm gonna make the money and I get to check them.
And I let him run with this story, but that was a lie.
Oh, man.
He was not getting 5 digits.
You know, it's typical hip hop. You know, you got to say you got a color TV when everyone got black and white,
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. He was making $4,000 an episode.
So that part, you got somebody up there paying you to come and talk instead of you being home at Tuesday, embellishing it, right? My thing is this: as a hustler, you gonna throw a little sazon on it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna say a little dobo. You gonna be like, oh yo, they gave me 10K over here when really they made give you 8. It's the name of the game. You know what I'm saying? Hustle. Like I'm not gonna knock Aries for embellishing or inflating his number so that hopefully, not hopefully, so that he possibly could find another opportunity to get another bag somewhere else. But it feels like he really fumbled his bag and got a little bit greedy. That's how I feel. Like if you were making 5 figures with 4, whatever, however many, you get more than most to come and talk with VladTV. And you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you or create any controversy because you see other people with their worth. But let's get more into what Vlad had to say.
$25,000 thing comes out. I'm out with my kids, right? We're doing like an escape room. If you know what that is.
Yeah.
Right? I'm out with my twins. We're doing an escape room, and I'm enjoying my time with my kids. So then I get these text messages from Aries. Yo, Boosie's getting $25,000. We need to renegotiate. And look at these comments. Look at these YouTube comments. I only watch VladTV when Aries on. Yo, Aries needs a raise. Aries is my favorite guest. He's the only one I watched. And I said, well, first of all, you just got raised up. You get nowhere near the views of Boosie. Nowhere near the views. Like, Boosie's just a way bigger figure. Have a conversation based on YouTube comments. He's like, yo, you're not gonna convince me what I'm worth. Look at these people. They say they come only for me. And you need to up my salary.
Oh, it's like a hostile takeover, huh?
And if you don't, then maybe we're done.
Oh, wow. Playing like that.
I said, listen, I'm out with my kids, right? I don't have access to my laptop, to the numbers or whatever else. So I said, all right, I come home. So I get home and I said, yo, now I'm home. Let's have a conversation about the numbers. He said, cool, let's do it. I said, cool, what time works for you? At 5 o'clock, bet. I change around my schedule. I clear my schedule out. And I'm like, okay, me and Aries are gonna have a business conversation at 5 o'clock. Next morning, maybe around, 10:30, 11 o'clock, I hit him up again. I said, do you still wanna have this conversation? You know what he said?
What?
Yeah, at some point. I looked at my phone, and I said, I am done with this forever. Fuck Aries Spears. Because here's the thing, right? The whole thing about having your own business and reaching a certain level of success is you get to decide who you want to work with. You get to decide how you want to spend time with the type of people that are respectful, they can have regular business conversations with you, and not people like this who are just jealous ass pocket watchers. Because here's the thing, right? There's two types of jealous pocket watchers out there. There's the broke ones, right? And we've been there before. Yeah. But then you got motherfuckers like Aries Spears, who's doing better than he ever has, who's making more money than he's ever made in his whole career. And he's still jealous over Boosie. He's jealous of another man because he's making more money on a platform than him, even though he's making way more money ever. And it clouds his judgment so bad that he wants to crash out. And he doesn't even want to have a conversation. He thinks that these stupid ass comments justify his position. So I said, yo, I'm done. Fuck him. He's not welcome to the platform anymore. I don't give a
No more makeup?
Yeah, no more makeup.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he said it exactly how I'm talking about. Why is you worried about another man's pockets? Because we would not be having this conversation had you not known it. Even when you get a job, like that's one thing that I'll say. Like if you know about me, I'm a human being, not a human doing. Like when I get around people, I don't care how much you make. I don't care who you fucking. I don't care how much your rent is. There's certain questions I'm not gonna ask you because it doesn't pertain or affect me at all. So when the other questions come to me, I'm not out with people talking about how much they give you for this, how much they give you for that. Because then you start to feel like, well, why I ain't get what you get? We're not the same. Yesterday's price ain't today's price. Your history and your skill set isn't the same as mine. So you over here looking at Boosie, wondering why you not doing Boosie. You not Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Boosie over here living his best life. Let's check out Boosie.
Almost time for another cut. Keep my shit fresh. See, they got a lot of be hating on me, but I want to let y'all know that I'm doing better than I ever been. Honestly, bro, like I'm doing better than, I got more money than I ever had. I'm doing better than I ever been. I'm more blessed than I ever been, bro. Like, I'm eating so many ways, man. Like, I figured it out, bro. A lot of people ain't figured it out, but I'm living, bro. Like, and I'm gonna keep living, my like, free, bro. Every weekend I bring over 100 in, bro. Like I'm really blessed, man. Like, so for everybody slick side hating on me, you know.
The Boosie, yo. Shout out to Boosie for figuring out and getting the bag. Like, if you got 24 hours in a day, I think we all got the same 24 hours. Last time that I checked, neighborhood, it's 123. Shout out Dana, 123. Last time that I checked, we all had the same 24 hours, and if you can't get it, then that's on you. So shout out to Boosie for him making the money and doing the things and reinventing himself and figuring it out. They were talking about that when they were saying that radio was dying and people couldn't figure out how to pivot and figure out how to get in the podcast. You're either going to find a way or you're going to find an excuse, period. So to hate on Boosie, that's not it. Or to feel that you should get what Boosie gets, they're not booking Boosie and Aries in the same places. But let's get into what Aries had to say.
Numbers that Boosie gets. So I'm not asking for what Boosie gets, but what I'm saying is if there is value and people telling you that, yo, I watch because of him, I get subscriptions because of him, well, the nigga, break a little bread. Godfrey, I know for sure, quit. Boosie, because he's not getting the money he wants, he quit. If I'm one of the last staples left that generate numbers, work with me. And the main thing that struck me wrong is I said, Vlad, don't tell me my worth, because while you might feel I'm not, and maybe he thought I was asking for what Boosie was, which I wasn't, and I thought I made that clear. I'm just saying that if I have any value, let's talk. But to simply go, oh, I'm not gonna pay you just based off what people say, and I'm going, I think there's value in that. And then so he goes, yo, I'm gonna call you, let's talk about it. And at the time he wanted to talk, I couldn't talk. I was busy. Didn't call him at the time he told me to call him. Next thing I know, I see the clip of him talking shit. So I text him and simply said, you know what? And like, I was almost rubbing my forehead when I did it. Say, man, please tell me that you're not doing what I think you're doing. Please tell me you're not throwing me under the bus because I didn't call you back. Like, please, Vlad. And I literally text him all this. Please, I didn't even watch the interview because I'm just hoping you're not doing what I think you are. His reply, you.
makeup artist?
What about her?
She's all the rave now. She sounds amazing.
Yeah, she's a makeup artist. And yeah, for the record, yes, I would have a makeup artist cover up the dark spots around my eyes because one, it's hot as a with them lights on. So yes, I do sweat. And you play the black card when you in some black dussy. And when I say dussy, I don't mean the word dussy. I mean a word that starts with P that rhymes with dussy. Because that's who you are, gadget. And when I say gadget, I'm not talking about the word gadget. I'm talking about a word that starts with F that rhymes with gadget. You understand what I'm saying? You gadget dussy? And I'll do you one better. I'll come on your show one more time for free. You ain't got to pay me shit. And we could talk about it right then and there so we could get the truth. Because there's 3 sides to the truth. Your story, my story, and the truth.
That was overwhelming. It gave me a lot of anxiety. He seems very angry. I don't know what's going on with Aries. I don't know if he needs to meditate, if he needs to pray. I'm not even. It's the cannabis and the Daggett with the we know what you were trying to say. So you say you don't disrespect him, but you give him words that rhyme. I just don't get it. And then you invite yourself to come and do the interview for free when you just said you needed more. It doesn't make sense. You want him to pay you more, but now you want to come back for free. I'm going to do you a favor and I'm going to come back for free. Nigga, you might need that last little interview so that, because my thing is this, if you so upset about not getting your value, why don't you go make your own YouTube platform and go somewhere else? You over here bitching about it. The hand that's feeding you, then go somewhere else. Just go get some money from somewhere else. I don't know. That shit was just drawn. It just made me feel like just go pray, go meditate. Before we get up out of here, shout out to Yayo and his podcast. He went back to Vlad to talk about Young Buck. This shit is hilarious, gang. Check this out.
It almost reminds me of the Young Buck situation.
Go ahead, explain
Right?
it. Give me an explanation.
Well, remember Young Buck was G-Unit.
Right.
And then he got on stage and said, yeah, I didn't get none of that 50-cent vitamin water money, so I guess I got to hustle.
Something I would never do. Yes, he did say that. I didn't get none of it either, by the way.
Right.
I don't know if he thought I got some of it, but I didn't get any of it either.
Pocket watching.
Right.
Right? And I felt that at that moment was the beginning of the end for Young Buck at G-Unit.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Right?
Yeah.
Pocket watching.
Because that's 50's money.
That's 50's money.
Like what you make, I think what it is, Vlad.
I'll hold you. As a journalist, somebody that's been in the game, yeah, there's like people could be like, pay me for the interview. Like even Rick Ross, when he was on the I-85, whatever the show he was on, and he started to say, y'all might want to pay me. You know, like, I don't know. That's like payola, right? Like you paying for press. Like I don't know, man. Like in this game, there's been a lot of publicists, different people. Oh, you got to pay me $5,000 to get on the Breakfast Club. Whole time the Breakfast Club don't cost. There's a lot of middlemen trying to gatekeep and do certain things. I'm not knocking it. Like, hey, people, they got their bread or whatever, but it's just like, man, don't bite the hand that feeds you. You over here getting greedy. Now you looking real needy. What y'all think about Aries? Y'all got to let me know in the comments. This shit is crazy. If you really gang, bang that like button. If you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, keep your ass inside. You're tuning into the Tasmania Show with Taz Tikoon, brought to you by Tazzy's Baddies. Let's
Tikoon running up the score, Tazzy's Baddies on the floor. And that ass is super fatty, call me Zaddy, throw some more. Super nasty, she a savage, slaughter fucker like a whore. Popping bottles, foreign models, Tikoon on the world tour. Shorty, what you bad for? Turn this to a hit-a-thon, damn. All your bitches bad, tell them they can come along.